and she has competed in base jumping. Please welcome our next speaker, Masami Maeda.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. On January 15th, in 1977, one Japanese girl disappeared. Her name was Megumi Yokota. She was only 13 years old. After playing badminton after school, she disappeared and was never seen again. Local police made an extensive search, but they couldn't find her. The Yokotas were an average family to enjoy a simple life. The father was a banker, and the mother was a housewife who also raised 2 sons. The day before she disappeared, Megumi gave a comb to her father, Shigeru, as a birthday present. He has kept the comb as a remembrance ever since. Mr. Yokota said, when she was born, I really hoped Megumi could lead peaceful and happy life. Since Megumi disappeared, their family life changed drastically. Sakie, the mother, said, we have lived in hell. 20 years later, it was learned Megumi was abducted by North Korean spies and lived somewhere in North Korea. Apparently, Megumi was taken by car and then aboard ship. While trapped in the basement of the ship, she cried, "Mother, mother!" over and over again. After Mr. and Mrs. Yokota received this information, they asked the Japanese government for help. But Japan did not have a formal diplomatic relationship with North Korea. Some politicians said that pursuing the abduction program would strain the tenuous relationship between Japan and North Korea. To make matters worse, the Japanese people did not show much interest. When I think of Megumi's abduction, I am ashamed at the Japanese and angry at the Japanese government. More than 70 other Japanese have been abducted by North Korea. Some victims are believed to teach Japanese culture and language to North Korean spies to gain their identities. Other abductees might have been killed just after kidnapping. Women are abducted to become wives to a group of North Korean-based Japanese airline hijackers. The Japanese government admits 13 Japanese were abducted, including Megumi. The fate of the other is unknown. It has been said that Megumi Yokota works for the North Korean government. She might be a very important person for North Korea, and consequently, North Korea does not want to free her. But who does Megumi belong to? She belongs to her family, especially her parents. She also belongs to Japan. In 2002, Japan's Prime Minister, Mr. Koizumi, visited North Korea, and Kim Jong-il admitted the abductions. After Koizumi's visit, 5 abductees out of 13 were actually returned to Japan. The other 8 were reported to have died or not confirmed to have ever entered North Korea in the first place. According to a report by North Korea, Megumi committed suicide by hanging herself in a mental institution in 1993. Mr. and Mrs. Yokota were given Megumi's cremated bones from North Korea. But later, it was revealed by DNA testing that the cremated remains were in fact not Megumi's. In addition to this, 2 of the returnees from North Korea confessed that Megumi lived near their house until 1994. This report shocked Japanese people, and we knew that we could not believe anything North Koreans said regarding the other abductees who are believed to be still trapped. For me, the Japanese government seems to be scared of North Korea. I know diplomacy with North Korea is not easy, but there must be ways around the diplomatic impasse. One report revealed that there are many people who are abducted by North Korea from other countries. All nations should work together so they save their people. The United Nations should help. Japan's allies should help. Mr. and Mrs. Yokota met President Bush to ask his help in 2006. 30 years have passed since Megumi disappeared. For Mr. and Mrs. Yokota, there is little time. They are over 70 years old. It would be a tragedy if they die without seeing Megumi again. It will be a tragedy for Megumi and the Japanese people as well. As the citizens of the world, we all must act to redress the abduction problems. We must let people know about the horrible incidents that happened around the world. We must discuss the abduction programs as much as possible. We must assess which government works to solve this problem and choose politicians who are committed to this issue to save Megumi and other abductees all over the world. We must face reality. Our innocent siblings are forced to live in countries where they were not born, where they don't want to live. My fellow Toastmasters, please be aware of how important this issue is. Although this difficult problem has so far paralyzed world leaders, maybe one of you really have the answer. Mr. Toastmaster.